make it work. I had a lot of technical issues, so that's why it didn't work. If anyone came at 5, well, 5 for me, so that was.
I was there at 5.
Yeah. So that was like 3 hours ago that I was supposed to be live. And I don't know, I was trying to multi-stream using the Streamlab app to YouTube and Twitch. So I'm trying to also like do Twitch. And I don't know what the fuck happened because last week I streamed just to YouTube fine, upgraded to the paid plan on Streamlab to be able to stream as well to Twitch. And no way, no fucking way would work. I don't know what happened. So it's very frustrating, like never used Streamlab. So it's like almost a review for you. Anyway, so I just wanted to make sure I connect today. So I'm using the YouTube app directly, by the way. So I'm gonna check actually if that actually works, by the way. Yeah, I think it works. So yeah, basically I'm gonna try, if I do hear back from Streamlab and they fix the issue, I'll be streaming tomorrow. And if not, then I skip to next week. That sucks because I really wanted to do this live stream at least once a week. My hair are so fucked up. Anyway, so if you're in the stream, like, just I will stay a little bit more so we can still like have a conversation if you want, but it's gonna be a short one right now. By the way, I published a video recently called "What Languages Sound Like to Foreigners," which is kind of like an acting, like just imitating languages. So I don't know if you want to, maybe you want to check it out. Tell me what you think of these kind of videos. I started to do this like on shorts, on Instagram, for example, on TikTok, also YouTube shorts. And I don't know, like some people have told me that they like it more actually than the travel content. So I wanted to have your opinion as well if you're watching this. And yeah, the reason why I'm not streaming now in the streets is because it's already the night. So we cannot see anything basically, and it's better to stream during the day. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this indoors. Probably one of my first videos that I do inside, except the language imitation video, which was also inside. And let me give you some updates. Like maybe we can make this live video an update video, and if someone connects, we can do a Q&A as well. So what's up with everything? So basically, let's speak about the channel, and then I speak a bit about private, personal life. You want to say something? My wife is here, by the way. Yeah.
It's not on topic, but I just want to know if the crab is here with the food.
It's on my phone. I know because I'm using your phone, right? Okay, so let me pause this quickly. Just like to interrupt the live stream for a bit. Maybe I can give you some updates, as I said, first for the channel and then personal stuff. So for the channel, I kind of switched a little bit my activities. Sorry, I get distracted. So for the channel, I used to publish all these like travel content, and I was very a couple of years ago actually I was like very consistent about it, and then I started to slow down as soon as I went on to making separate other YouTube channels that were exactly the same but just different languages in Spanish and French. And then I started to focus more on those because they were actually getting more results. But then turns out this was short term. Those results I was getting, like then I stopped getting them. If you want, I could like deep dive more into that part. And then I decided that Ben Encounters, which used to be the name of this channel, to do some rebranding. So now it became Ben and You, and I changed the profile picture as well. So I don't know if some people actually still recognize me, just because I thought the picture was not the best, and I always wanted to have this kind of picture with like actually Seoul in the back on my profile picture, and I really wanted to have a profile picture a bit like this in urban environment. And content-wise, so the name like Ben and You, it's kind of like a way to reflect me to try to go back to innovating with formats, which was what I was doing in my Cuba series, for example, using like immersive cameras. And so I wanted to go back to experimentation and especially participation and interactivity. And that's why I rebranded to Ben and You, because you is you, just like YouTube actually, but like you in the sense that a live stream in particular is very interactive. So that's the point. Like I'm on this live stream and I scheduled a weekly live stream right now that's supposed to be on the street. So today, because of these technical issues, it's a bit different. Let's see if I can do it tomorrow or not. If not, it will be next Saturday. Back to the street. And so I want to do these live streamings regularly. It's going to be quite spontaneous, but I want to explore everything that I like and keep practicing as well, things that I want to develop, skills that I want to develop. So I want to take the street, explore. Encounters are still important. I still want to make encounters with people because I do believe this is always more interesting than just like exploring and showing the environment. But also I want to be better on camera and just entertain you, educate you the best way I can. Not just about the place I am in, but just also about everything that this channel is about, which is multiculturalism, sharing a bit more about my life as well, which I will do in the second section of this live stream when I move into personal, private stuff. So just to go back again to the channel part. So those live streamings are going to be exploring the streets, making encounters. And while I do encounters, I will aim at several things. So one is, okay, we can always banter, laugh, have a fun encounter, especially if it's in a different country than mine, like especially an exotic country like Thailand at the moment, where I am living right now for 3 months. So this is always cool to show the cultures. But just turns out I learned that when you try to show different cultures, which is my motivation, right? Which is why I travel, which is why everyone travels in the first place, to feel like, for me, it's like to feel creatively aroused in a very different culture. For other people, I don't know why they travel. Sometimes it's just to relax, but why do you relax in a different country? I don't know. You can comment why you travel, if you travel. For me, it's really a fascination for living differently, thinking differently, and stimulating my creativity that way by being immersed in a parallel universe. That's what's interesting about traveling, I think, to me. And my favorite activities are just usually walking, like flaunting. How do you say? There's a word for that. When you're just like just looking at the life, observing people. And one of my top favorite parts is just these little conversations I have with local people from time to time, and happen naturally, and those are really like them. Food is always amazing as well. And yeah, I like simple stuff actually at the end of the day, and I tend to prefer exploring cities as well. I do like sometimes to go in more countryside, but in general I'm a city boy. So yeah, adventure, but not necessarily adventure like crazy. I like the city kind of adventure. So during the encounters I will do with the people, there's that part that is like the fun part, to encounter a different culture. But turns out people are not that interested in that. Maybe they like it more if they live it, I don't know. What people are more interested in is to see a foreigner visiting their country. So it's kind of like the other perspective, no? Like, so you go to Thailand and Thai people especially are interested. So that to me is interesting because they are interested in like the perspective of a foreigner, right? So that is pretty cool. But I also think that there's a dark side to it because it's a type of patriotism as well. So people like when the topic is their country, and it's kind of like at the opposite of my values, because the reason why I travel is specifically to detach from my own country. So but this is the same for many travel creators on YouTube. Like they all experience this frustration. It's hard to build an audience that is based on curiosity. Even though people might say they're curious, they are curious actually. They still are driven when in a attention scarcity economy where you have so much entertainment out there. At the end of the day, people might say they're curious, but in the end they might actually not watch content about a different country. So yeah, and this I don't know why, human nature I guess. Sorry, just a sec. And so because of that, I went to, for example, Cuba, where I did a successful series. I was very successful in my Spanish version of this channel, which is Benito Y2, where I translated all the videos that were originally for an English-speaking audience into a Spanish-speaking content and subtitles, basically. And there, I could actually see the huge difference. Like there are a lot of Cubans really love the video, especially Cubans living abroad. Most of them live in Miami, actually. So there, that was a big success. And what do you think happened when I stopped making content in Cuba and I moved to Mexico? So me as an individual, I really like traveling and I like to change cultures when I travel, like get new perspectives every time. So what happened when I made content in Mexico, which was I think that was Mexico right after Cuba, which was actually back then where I lived, you know. So first of all, I think because it's a place that is less unique than Cuba, because Cuba was so unique, I as well maybe was myself a bit less pushing myself into making unique content, because it was more, I was used to it to Mexico, so maybe didn't have the same drive into trying to make unique videos. So that's the first answer. But I think what's more important than that is that the Cuban people had zero interest in Mexico. They had only interest in Cuba. I mean, it's understandable. Maybe you were like nostalgic, especially if you live abroad in the USA. Well, maybe you're interested in content in the USA, but especially you would be interested in content from your country, Cuba. And so yeah, I just saw that this is great. That was a big success. But when you get like 500,000 views on the most successful video, and on average like 20 to 30,000 views on all the videos I was making in Cuba, then that's really like frustrating to have your views going down. So you go to another country and it goes all the way down, and all the comments are like, it was better in Cuba, the videos were better in Cuba. So this happens, okay, you have two choices. Either you go back to Cuba because you see you had like success, or you try to analyze, understand what went wrong, and like do something differently to stick to what was your personal drive to do what you do. And I chose the second option. Also, you know, like going back to Cuba, I don't know how sustainable that would be. I mean, you need a visa every time. I don't know how many visa you can get until you actually get issues doing content in Cuba as well. I don't know. And also, I want to see other places. So after that, I realized that it was just simply unsustainable to pursue psychological drive of people that want to see content about their country. So I knew I had to find different ways to target the people that are curious about different countries. And one thing that I have been told is very important to build diversity on a channel. That's the diversity is what can bring you there. So not too much content about one country like Cuba, but like diverse. So I pursued this strategy, and at the same time I did it on focus on Latin America, because I had started this big success in the Spanish channel, and so I was like, at least I could still like extend to Latin America. It's still like focused but diverse still. And I went to many Latin American countries. I don't need to go in detail right now. But basically, I never had as much views as I got in Cuba. I don't know why. Anyway, so at some point I just decided that maybe I was not as driven, and so I tried to go back to what I'm really interested in personally, and back where now. So now not only will I aim some kind of diversity, but also I'm changing content. I want the content to reflect truly what I call multiculturalism. So I'm changing my theme from travel to multiculturalism. And multiculturalism still includes travel to some level. But back to the live streams. So when I go on the live stream on the streets, I want to make encounters with people. But will I make encounters only with like Thai people in Thailand and the local people? Not only that. And also when I will do that, it will not just be about bantering and showing the Thai culture. I will try to have conversations with people that are universal. So of course, I think one thing that is strong for me in multiculturalism is living abroad, being maybe a minority, I guess, like being from a culture in a different culture, being a foreigner essentially. That experience is what I would like to dig deeper in, and that in any direction in a way, like could be being a foreigner in any country, but the theme is being immersed into a different culture. Also, I'm not like a huge traveler. I am a good traveler, but I'm not like a huge traveler. I'm always more into living abroad more than short-term travel. I'm more interested to go deep than like many places. So, sorry, I go rounds and rounds and rounds, but that's required to make the development. Let's go forward. So when I make encounters, I will try to ask personal questions to people, and those questions will look like, what's the most pain you felt that wasn't physical, for example, in your life, or what are dreams that you have abandoned? What would you tell your younger self? Universal topic, and still I will do them in many different countries. So then we do see that universality, like how do the answer compare between Thailand and Mexico, or between Switzerland as well, for example, which are the 3 places where I go the most right now. How do people respond to this question? What would you tell your younger self, you know? So that's one part. And then in places like Thailand especially, if I'm interested in being a foreigner as an experience, it does make sense to talk to foreigners, right? So that is especially easy in Thailand. There are so many foreigners. However, most of them are backpacking and like traveling short term. But maybe some of them have lived abroad. Because when you have lived abroad, usually you develop curiosity towards travel as well and backpacking. You want to travel around the area or countries around the country where you live, especially where you live is very far away. For example, like if you're Swiss like me and I have lived in Hong Kong. When I lived in Hong Kong, I really wanted to see Vietnam, I wanted to see Philippines, I wanted to see the rest of China, Korea. So of course, when you meet travelers, backpackers, they might have lived or they might be living abroad. So that's what I've been trying to do here in Chiang Mai in Thailand, interview these people so I can get these discuss questions around what is it like, something that your family back home would be very surprised about you living where you live. Why did you decide to live abroad, and what's the biggest perspective you gained doing so? Or also, how are you being perceived as a foreigner? What are the stereotypes that are true? What are the stereotypes that are not true? So those are the themes that we're going to. All of the things are the same, and they are the things that I will develop when I make encounters, both with local people and with foreigners. So when I go with local people, I will maybe ask questions that are also more, not just personal, but also more towards, what do you think about Switzerland? Or what do you think about other countries than their country? Always trying to bridge. So that's the plan for the live streams. But also, I will do more than that. I will also do street photography. So today, I had the plan on my backpack with these cameras, this nice camera that I have, which I didn't use a lot in my videos because it's a bit more intrusive, but the image quality is amazing. So I will use more of that as well. So yeah, doing street photography is a great way to break the ice as well with the people that you meet in the street. So wow, and I was doing this in Cuba, for example, a little bit sometimes. So I want to bring this back in, like basically test every idea I have about concepts for regular videos. I will test them first in live streams, and also I want to just like develop my skills on camera, and while I'll be exploring the street, I want to talk with you who's watching right now. Answer your questions, but also take your suggestions of what should I do next. You want me to go left, right? You want me to talk to more people, more foreigners, more local? Like, what do you want me to do next? And of course, all of this will be a bit of entertainment, but live streaming has a very bad reputation. So when I will do entertainment, I will always be respectful of the local customs. So I will not be one of these like Twitch streamers that are trashy, you know. So that's also an important thing for me to do. Yeah, I think that summarizes the plan, and I don't intend on ever stopping those live streams. I will do them once a week, every Saturday, hopefully without technical issues like I had today on the street. And yeah, for the end of times, I don't know when I will ever stop, because I remember I did this last year. I did live streaming once a week for a month or a month and a half or so, and I did see a huge improvement in the skills. So then the first video that I did, I wasn't live streamed. I was looking at myself like, oh wow, you're much better on camera. And so I do think that practicing once a week is really good for me actually as well. And it's not just all is it Ben and you, but it's also about Ben, you know, like so for Ben it's really good to, for me it's really good to just practice on camera and not practice sitting behind a computer. That's not great. And live streaming is amazing for that, so I don't need to edit the videos. It's immediate real-time feedback if my videos are interesting or not, so that I hear back. So I just think that with this I would probably get somewhere. I'll just like improve my skills a lot that way. So I saw a big difference after 1 month of live streaming. So what about after 1 year? So that's what I want to stick to right now. Besides the live streamings on the channel, so we keep like developing. Besides the live streamings on the channel, I will still make regular videos, but there's so many videos that I have made that I was like, damn, this time I really put a lot of effort. It will lead to something. And I would spend so much time editing, and it never did. So at the same time, I do believe quality is important. And quantity as well. And so the live streamings are for quantity, and so reversely, I think that making very high quality content that I spent several months on for regular videos before I release them, making a single video from traveling to one place, I think is the key to me, because that's what I would like myself to watch on YouTube. I prefer creators like Luke Corns, for example. There are other creators that I like Sabbatical, for example, but I prefer Luke Corns because I know that every time he publishes a video is a huge banger, and he puts a lot of effort into it. So that's the plan for the long videos. I'm working on a video right now about Bali, about the untouristic side of Bali, and I want to make it something I would be really proud of. It's a very complex video editing project. I filmed over several weeks, and I will release to you, I don't know when, probably not before a month at least. It will take me time to edit. Also, that's the thing, is I have very few time right now because I have no financial interest from social media. So by the way, if you want to support right now, you can do a super thanks. So yeah, because of that, I had to slow down a lot. So the live streams were also a really good solution to be consistent once a week without taking time. So yeah, live streaming videos are not dead, but they will come more from time to time. And also I will do more shorts. So the short videos, I'm experimenting as well, just like the live. I would say lives are still a bit more real. It's about like meeting real people, interviewing real people. I might do a bit of comedy live as well. Why not? Between my exploration of the streets, the culture, and the encounters, I will do a bit of acting as well, because on the shorts, I don't know if you have noticed, I do a lot of acting, or let's say when I do acting is where I get a lot of results, or very light-hearted content, let's say, or following trends as well. So there are many things I want to explore, and I think there is a big opportunity as well with this type of format of skits, for example, or for replicating trends around multiculturalism, around intercultural interactions between cultures, cultural differences. So the theme is the same on all formats, but I will experiment in many different ways. And also for the long videos as well, what I want to tell you as well is that I will also make videos not just about countries like Bali, for example, but also I'm interested in borders. So I would really like to develop something around, for example, the USA-Mexico border. That's something I would like to do. And then explore more borders. I have done a project that I haven't released yet in the border between the French and German-speaking part of Switzerland. So it's a linguistic border in that case, where it's a city where people speak the two languages 50-50 in the street. So that's very interesting. And when I did this project, I did also another format. So live stream, long videos, and short form videos are three type of formats. And then the fourth format that I'm exploring, which is not really on YouTube, which is using the medium of video games to make non-fiction, to make documentaries, to make interactive vlogs. So right now you might be thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, I've been publishing this a little bit here on the YouTube post, also on my Instagram stories. But basically, I make scanned photorealistic environment, real locations, and I interview real people and I put them into the 3D environment. And then you can interact with them, talk with people, and then it's multiplayer. You can also talk with other people connected. So that's something I'm really, really interested in. So not just like regular video on social media, not just interactive live streaming, but also like innovating with formats. I think that's really something multiculturalism is my first passion, and then my other passion is innovation with audiovisual formats. I love that. And so that extends beyond YouTube, so yeah, you will surely hear about this on YouTube as well, on my Instagram as well. And I'm using a platform called Arrival Space right now to make those projects as well. And I want to make community events. So right now is like kind of like this live streaming is definitely community oriented, especially today. But I want to do also community events that are hugely interactive, so where you're not just commenting and watching or liking, but you can also enter the environment. For example, it's as if you could enter this video like with me now. So basically, I'm using video game technology to emulate that. And so yeah, this keeps me busy, but developing these innovation projects like making interactive vlogs in video game mediums is something I have earned money with it, so it pays better. So that's also why I have been maybe a bit more absent on this channel on YouTube. By the way, I don't know if you have been commenting or not. Let me check, because I think no, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I know, no comments so far. So yeah, if you have a question. If not, I think we can probably end the live stream around here. It's been half an hour, and I will eat because
I ordered Indian.
Oh wow, amazing Indian food for today.
Am I the best or what?
So it's getting cold, so I gotta eat that now.
Yeah.
So I will stay on the stream without speaking, and I will just eat, just to leave the time if you have any questions.
And there's more if you want.
Yeah.
Already?
Already?
Yeah. I'm gonna bring it out.
I said that one person liked the video. That always helps. Just like a small like, it's like nice, someone enjoys. To be honest, recently all of these live streams there was like 0 people in them. So even though I had a technical problem today, it wasn't a big issue, you know.
Da, 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 da. So you managed to do a live streaming,
Yeah, it is still live stream.
but it's not like sharing other platforms, or see?
Yeah, I use directly the YouTube app.
So what was the problem?
I still have no idea.
Ah.
So I contacted the support
Yeah.
of Streamlab.
Oh, okay. How weird. But you're still doing the live streaming tomorrow?
I don't know if I will do it tomorrow because I'm doing this now.
Ah, okay, okay.
At least, and if they reply to me and they fix the issue and all, maybe I do it tomorrow.
Ah, okay.
Okay, I think that no one's here. I know one person is here. I was about to stop. Do you have any question?
Ever you are.
Reactions? Where are you?
Imagine.
Okay, so now that everyone is gone, I will finish this. I think that was a good overview of what I'm up to with the channel. I have actually talked about the second part, which was about, I just realized, about personal stuff, private life, you know, telling you more about myself, what I'm up to. But I will keep that for the street live stream, I think nicer. So you can get to know me. Alright.